Hey there! It's been a long time since my last update, so I wanted to share some progress and news with you. First of all, I wanted to say thank you so much for your support and contributions. It's been incredible to have really good, solid, safe tree climbing and science gear, and it's made the experience of working in the field a whole lot quicker, safer, and easier. I've been rigging trees and taking data in the ones that I've already rigged. I've been assisting experts in the field, which has helped me to refine both my tree climbing skills and my data collection methods. Ultimately, I'm looking for 5 types of data. I'm taking the following data every 1 to 10 meters in each of my study trees, per height interval and per lichen body, for my species, Flavoparmelia caparata. Area of lichen body, or thallus. Number of sexual fruit bodies, or apothecia. Area covered by asexual reproductive propagules, or soredia. Canopy light environment. Sexual spore density. And here's why I want these data. The ultimate purpose is to try to figure out why this lichen grows the way it does, in terms of size, fertility, and location. What causes it to be in the parts of the canopy it inhabits? And what drives its patterns of sexual reproduction? To me, one of the most intriguing aspects of ecology has always been that you can look at what seems to be a chaotic assemblage and peer behind the curtain at the forces that precisely control the system. I think one of the main goals that ecologists have is to understand the system so deeply that if given the raw materials, they could create the complexity that they observe. So what's all this led to? I've been taking data and exploring new redwoods. I recently expanded the project to include a replicate site, which is really critical for good data. I'm taking all of the data mentioned before in each of 3 trees at each of the 2 sites. 6 redwoods total. Now I'm going to show you my sites. So this is what I'm calling the north site. It was my original site, and most of the UC Santa Cruz campus lands are undeveloped. A lot of this is the forest north of the main developed campus. This site is on the far north end of that forest. In naming the trees, I knew I needed to name them so I could reference them easily, and I wanted a consistent naming scheme, so I decided to go with place names from Lovecraftian literature. H.P. Lovecraft, the classic supernatural horror writer. And it turns out the scientists who explore Pluto stole my idea. They are informally calling one of the dark regions on Pluto Cthulhu Rejo. Anyway, for my north site, I named each of my trees after the name of a fictional mountain peak in the Lovecraft universe. In my south site, I named each tree after an underwater city in Lovecraft literature. My 3 trees here are Cadath, Hatheg-Kla, and Thok. The unnamed trees near the named ones are indicated because those help me to access the named trees. For example, Cadath has a twin. Redwoods often do that when resprouting. That twin is the one that I used to access Cadath. Once I was in the top of its twin, I transferred horizontally over to the top of Cadath and set up a new rig in Cadath. The site is relatively open and dry, borders a big grassy meadow, and from the top of the biggest tree, Cadath, you can see Monterey, Moss Landing, and the whole bay. This is my south site. I just added it recently. I decided to go exploring and add a replicate site, which is really good. There might be local factors that influence your data. So adding a second site helps you make sure that your data are actually representative of reality. The cool tree here is Rlyeh, the middle one, R''Lyeh. It's really big. I suspect it predates all the logging that went on in the area last century, and it just has these characteristics of an older redwood, sort of thick plated bark and downsloping branches. I'm really excited to explore that one. So far, I've only accessed the bottom one, Yahatna-Thlay. In Yahatna-Thlay's southwest corner, you can see another little circle. That's what's called its minion. It's a much smaller, younger trunk sprouting out of the parent tree. So Yahatna-Thlay is the one that I've accessed. I've reached nearly the top, and soon I'll be transferring over to the bigger Rlyeh. Thank you for watching this update, and thank you again for all your support. Stay tuned for data, and I'll post these maps along with my lab note.